and welcome to Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. I am your host, the elusive Arabbidb3aver, and I hope you guys are doing wonderful out there in the world of wrestling or wherever you guys are at today. Joining me as always is my partner in life and my faithful sidekick, none other than Princess Lady K is here. Thank you for being here, baby.
Hello, beautifuls.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, let's get this music off and we will start talking for you. So, we were scheduled to have Miss Kennedy Ryan here with us tonight, Tuesday, the 20th of January, but Miss Kennedy Ryan, her shoot job called her into work, and we are not going to be able to have her tonight. So we're going to go over some wrestling news and just talk about what's going on there. But before we get into that, baby, we want to talk about none other than Gemstone Championship Wrestling. It's where we're going to be on the 31st of January, also with SNU, which is See No Evil Wrestling in Gastonia, North Carolina at the VFW. You guys don't want to miss a moment of that action. Let me switch scenes over here and we'll pull it up here for you. So it's Gemstone Championship Wrestling. It's going to be an all-female promotion. Audrey Allen has signed on. Miss Sierra Nicole has signed on. Of course, we're going to be there. Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver is going to be there, and we're going to be hosting a little bit of shows and talking to some people and gathering some information, taking some pictures and videos and all that fun stuff. Miss Bloom is going to be there. You can see the great Sasaki, Jay Alejandra, and Alexandra Quinn are going to be there as well as so many others. I believe Tsunami signed on to this as well. Tsunami did with Vivian Cross, and then I missed one for you. Savannah Evans and Casey Fox have signed on to this as well. So it's going to be a great night of all women professional wrestling, doing women professional wrestling things and being awesome inside that ring. You don't want to miss a moment of it. So for Gemstone Professional Wrestling, Gemstone Championship Wrestling that's going to be out there, I believe you're getting a double show for the same price. If you order through Ticket Leap, you're going to get $2 off on that. So typically it's going to be $8 at the for online orders through that QR code at the bottom right down here that I'm showing right there. If you scan that QR code, you can get your tickets for $8. That's a $2 discount or $10 at the door for both shows for SNU. Let me see if I can pop Mr. SNU up here and we'll check him out and see if we can pull him up because I don't think I've got him up here, but we will. See No Evil Wrestling. All right, so See No Evil Wrestling is going to be hosting as well for Icebreaker, January 31st at 3850 West Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, North Carolina. The door's going to be opening at 4:30 p.m. The bell time's going to be at 5:30 p.m. It is the same pricing, so you get double for it. Joint showing. They have released some matches here for us. Devin Reed's going to be versing Curtis Robinson. Of course, you're going to have Johnson and Unapologetic JC. Lazarus Black is going to be going against El Toro and Nate Brashini. Ryan Mantis, oh my God, Ryan Mantis is signed on to this. And King Bodie is scheduled to be there, and so many more. You don't want to miss a moment of this action that's going to be there. I believe the American Diesel dump truck is going to be there at some point in time as well, too. So come on out and say hi to all of us that are going to be involved with SNU, See No Evil Wrestling, the 31st, and Gemstone Championship Wrestling as well. Now, baby, do you have anything to say about the Diamond Jessie Sky and her new promotion that's going to be starting up?
Just that I believe it's going to be a good show.
What about SNU?
It's all together.
It's all together. So it's definitely going to be good.
You'll get to see a lot of action. A lot of packed action.
We're going to move on just a little bit. EC3 has declined to sign a contract with the National Wrestling Alliance. However, he will still perform at Exodus Pro, which is his territory for the National Wrestling Alliance, moving forward in the future. He said that he left the NWA because he didn't trust the company to tell his story properly. I don't know how true that is, but with stuff that's been happening here recently in all wrestling promotions, I really think that money was the motivating factor here. Can't prove that. I don't know if he's really going to move on to another company or not, but we're just going to read what was happening. So Michael Schwartz and Getty's Images have worked together to produce this. It says TNA Wrestling might be known as a modern day fans to the company. Who has a working relationship with WWE or the company who have produced talents like Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry. But there was a time where TNA was the real land of opportunity for those who didn't work for WWE. And he's absolutely telling the truth. In these years, the early 2000s through 2010 years, TNA was the most opportunistic. Gosh, tongue-tied here, guys.
Say that 5 times.
Opportunistic place that you could go. They made stars such as Jay Lethal, AJ Styles. They put people back on the path, such as Kurt Angle. They were just all over the place. And one of the gentlemen that they did was EC3, Ethan Carter III. And they made this man bigger than life for his period of time that he was in TNA, and they treated him like a rock star. And everywhere he went, he got that treatment. So when the wrestler left WWE in the 2000s and early 2010s, there were few roads that they could walk down in order to start the next chapter of their careers. Some will take the talents to the independent scene and the convention circuit, working for a variety of promotions in such smaller locations, but becoming more connected with the fans in attendance thanks to the intimate atmosphere, while also being able to work with performers who will go on to be major superstars in the near future. Others pack up their lives and move to different countries, exploring wrestling landscape in countries like Japan, Mexico, as well as touring across all of wrestling's hot spots in Europe, like Germany, the UK, and France, which is absolutely true. We had some friends come over from England and they went back, and also some friends that have come over from Australia and they've gone back and they're working those hot spots right now. But the move most wrestlers made was to TNA, as the ability to work a more relaxed schedule while also being paid a healthy salary and work for a company that airs on cable television every week was simply too good to turn down. And it still is today. Congratulations, TNA, by getting that brand new contract, by the way. There were also those who were moving up through the wrestling pyramid, and specifically close to TNA over a company like WWE, as they were still visible to the wider wrestling world, but catered to those who looked for more fast-paced action in the X division. Very true. The X division was one of the best divisions in all of cruiserweight wrestling and wrestling history. And the way that they did their title matches, man, where they, especially when they hung them on the pole and hung them across the X, just amazing time in wrestling history to go back and look for. As well as female wrestlers who, like that TNA Knockouts division, was treated a lot more seriously than that in the WWE Divas division. Gail Kim is a perfect example of this. Miss Tessmacher. You could speak of so many, but those are the main two that really pop out. ODB is another one. Oh, Jesse, God. Just a lot of people got their big oomph and their big push through TNA and through the Knockouts division during those times. With that said, even the best laid plans don't always go according to plan. And for some wrestlers, joining TNA was not only the worst decision they could have made at that specific time, but ended up leaving the company in worse condition than when they joined. Whether that be through injuries, lack of creative direction, or actual being given the creative direction that turned out to be the doors of TNA, hoping a fresh start. Not only regret ever considering walking through those same doors to begin with, there have been a lot of cases like that over the years. But here are 5 of the most explained. Ric Flair did it, of course, and they give the reasoning why Ric Flair did it. Mick Foley did it, of course. Dustin Rhodes was another one. Now, Dustin had a bad run in TNA. I don't think if it was proper creative or if they just did not know what they were going to do with Dustin, because he was already such a mega star through WCW and through the past. And his name, the family name, carried on. Orlando Jordan. They dropped the ball with Orlando Jordan. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hogan and Bischoff. Now, I have a differing opinion about Hogan and Bischoff than most people, because they were probably the most successful during the Spike television period and the most watched era in TNA history under the Spike television period. However, with that being said, they lost fan interest because they tried to make old gimmicks work hard again, and it didn't work. It didn't work for them. Now, the Aces and Eights theme did work for them great. However, Hogan lost touch, and Bischoff lost touch with the industry, and they thought that the fans were still stuck in 96, 97, 98, 99. He didn't realize that they had moved forward. Now, with that being said, he did create a lot of stars, including his son, Garrett. Garrett Bischoff got his big push during this period of time. But if you're looking on the flip side, you tore up 6 different you tore up the Hardy Boys. I mean, you tore up Beer Money Incorporated. I mean, there was just so many. The whole Kurt Angle feud that he had going on with Jeff Jarrett and Karen Jarrett. It was interesting, but it didn't captivate the way that they wanted it to captivate, and it caused a lot of problems along the way. So, it is what it is. But I think that one's the most disputed one, because they had more success during their period and during their run, especially with Sting being the champion for most of that run and trying to bring the old dogs back into the fold through that for him being the champion. I think they dropped the ball with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, no offense, Jeff. During that period in time, you had a couple matches that didn't go the way that you planned or the way that you wanted, including that Bound for Glory match that everybody talks about. And it's kind of a dark point in history on you, Jeff, but you overcame it and you've come out better and on top. And I think that if you were given the opportunity or the keys to the kingdom and you were given that World Heavyweight Championship that you really kind of deserve at this point with another company, I could see you holding it and holding it well up. I don't know, everybody's got demons. Everybody's got things that they face from time to time. I'm not going to excuse what happened inside the ring during that, but I am going to say, I think that you've overcome it and you've grown a lot since then. And I do believe that you deserve a second opportunity at holding a title of that caliber one more time. That's my personal opinion on this. And I think that was during the Hogan and Bischoff era as well, when that ran through, and they had to scramble quickly to kind of figure out what they were doing once that took place. And then they moved on from that. And they went into, the teens, and we got to see the Hardy Boys separate. You got to see the Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero and all that fun stuff move through. But I think that the most success was the two eras in the early thousands and the tens, up to 2010, 2011, 2012, into 2013. And then after you guys lost your Spike contract, your television contract, it kind of went away from you. But I think that Bischoff really, and Eric, I'm not trying to crap on you. I don't think that you intentionally tried to kill the business. I don't want to put that out there, but I think your presence there intentionally killed the business in a way that is not really talked about a lot. And it comes down to the business side of it. Is when you tried to buy WCW and it got turned down, I think you got hurt and you got bitter. And when you got the second opportunity to come back into a company, I think you wanted everything and then some with it. And you took your cake and eat it too. And I could be totally wrong. I could be an asshole on this. So if I'm wrong, Eric, I'm going to apologize live to you. I'm apologizing right now because this is a personal opinion. It's not based in fact or truth. It's just how I saw things as they came out. So I will apologize to you. I'll be man enough to apologize to you right now if I'm wrong on this. But I think that the egos and the lawsuits between Hogan and Dixie Carter and yourself and Dixie Carter, it kind of crushed what you were trying to do. And then you lost your television backing. And then you went to a station that nobody had, nobody heard of, and nobody wanted. And it just has been years of hell. Scott D'Amore has tried to put them back on the map, and then Scott got canned. We know the deal with that, Scott getting canned a couple months ago, well, several months ago now. And TNA just didn't have the run that they expected to have during that period. It is what it is. So, but now, hopefully, with the AMC deal, hopefully they'll be back on track. I think creative's going to be a little bit different. They're going to have to do a lot of things different. I do like that Fandango or JDC retired and was able to retire publicly in front of an audience of his choosing and doing the way that he wanted to do. I think that they're trying to work it out with TNA, but Hogan and Bischoff, I think that your period was one of the most watched periods in TNA, and you guys just dropped the ball. Somehow, some way, it just fell off. You and Dixie Carter just dropped it. And I know that Dixie was hemorrhaging money, and she was looking for money. She was looking for investors. She got Billy Corgan involved. She got several people involved at that point in time in the early thousands. And she was just looking for the investors to try to keep her afloat, keep her business afloat, and keep it running. And we all know that from historical data, plus what Billy Corgan has said from being the owner of the NWA and doing his interviews as well. And it kind of went backwards in not your favor. Let's just say it like that over everything that took place. So, and like I said, I could be totally off base here. And if I am, I apologize, Eric Bischoff. I apologize to the late, great Hulk Hogan. But your era was one of the most watched eras in TNA history. I mean, you had the fans, you had everybody that you wanted. I mean, Hernandez, Supermax.
The merchandise.
Yeah, all the merchandise sales. God, y'all were killing it on merchandise. And I don't know who all was backing it at that point in time, but man, you guys were just all over the place. Especially the Divas merchandise was flying off the shelves during that period of time. So, all right, we got to move on just a little bit. WWE is reported in trying to seek and sign this NWA star or New Japan Pro Wrestling star as well. There's been a lot of movement in the wrestling world as of late, with several performers moving into different companies, but there is one New Japan Pro Wrestler star that is higher ups with the WWE that they have their eyes on. According to Dave Meltzer, in the last edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which is his personal letter, WWE have interest in acquiring the services of Gabe Kidd, who has risen through the ranks of NJPW over the past few years. Kidd is one of the many stablemates of David Finlay and Drilla Monole. Also being in WWE's radar in recent weeks, NJPW is naturally looking to keep a hold of Kidd, as well as the rest of the War Dogs, with the company taking a different approach on how it deals with contracts as the expiration date comes up on them, to avoid another mass exodus that has happened a number of times over the past few years. WWE aren't the only company interested in signing Kidd with a full-time deal. Meltzer claimed that everyone in wrestling is interested in the former IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. Kidd has made several appearances for AEW over the past 2 years and was even made an associate of the Death Riders in May 2025, which is a really big deal for Kidd. I believe that he has that footing in with AEW if he wants to take that. I don't know if they have the ability to use him properly right now. And I don't mean this, Tony, I don't mean this in a bad way, Tony Khan, but you kind of got too many irons and not enough fire, if you know what I mean. There's not enough wood to go around to make that fire burn hotter for you right now. And even though you guys are out there just doing it over and over and over again, and you're making it work for yourselves, you're still number 2. You haven't surpassed number 1 yet. And you're doing a good job climbing the ranks and trying to catch them, but you're just not quite there yet.
Almost.
Almost, though. You're almost there. I'll really give it to you. So we were at May of 2025, which led to him wrestling on the All In Texas Forbidden Door and World's End pay-per-view cards throughout the year. AEW has already made a number of high-profile signings in 2026, but it's not been confirmed if the company will make the official approach for Kidd later in the year. It would be very interesting to see what Kidd does, especially as his contract expires with New Japan Pro. I mean, everybody wants to work for WWE until they get there. I mean, I'm not going to crap on WWE, but that's everybody's dream. Everybody who gets into this business wants to work for the big dogs. They want to have their foot in with the big dogs in some way, somehow, and they want to be professional. They want to be the best that they can be for that company, and they want to rise through the ranks. The truth of it is very few people are able to do that, able to captivate on that level, able to move in that level. Everybody has what Vince McMahon liked to call opportunity. I believe it with a interview that Bully Ray gave a few weeks ago, and actually just last week, another interview. He said that when he got there, Vince told him that they had opportunity, that they weren't given anything, that they weren't owed anything, but they were given opportunity, and it was up to them to take it. And I think that that's still the view of Triple H is you're given opportunity. It's up to you to take it. It's up to you to capitalize on it. But most people grow impatient with their careers and they think it's going to be better. It's the grass is green syndrome. Okay, well, this one's going to offer me this and that one's going to offer me that. Should I do this or should I do that or should I go here? Sometimes staying with the devil you know is better than trying to go to the devil you don't know. That's just how it is. And then sometimes you have to have the move. I think AJ Styles made the right move at the right time for the right company whenever he left TNA. And I don't mean this to be rude or hateful because AJ was the top man in TNA. I think what they did to him money-wise, that they offered him less money than he was making the year before, and he was the number one card person, was absolutely atrocious for what TNA did to him during that time period. However, when he moved on, he became a mega star. He was already here. He was already way up here. But when he moved to WWE, it went, woo! He went way sky high in just a little bit of time. Woo! Baby, he went way up there. So there are some times where you have to make that change and you have to make that move. It's going to be interesting to see what Kid does or where he goes or where he wants to go. You know, the NWA is not off the table. It just depends on what you really want to do in the wrestling business. All these people have the opportunity to make a difference in people's lives. Big Ben Bishop, we saw him at Pro Wrestling Entertainment. He put a heck of a match on. He was very entertaining, especially the night that Cena retired. No offense, John Cena, you tapped out. So, and he came out there and made a point to let everybody know that you tapped out. I mean, that's just what happened. So, and he made a point to let everybody know not to even watch it and that he was going to be more interesting. And he came out as the doctor of thugonomics. He was having some fun. So Big Ben's going to be one of those people that I believe is going to get one of those big contracts pretty soon. He's definitely working his butt off to get it. I mean, there's lots of people. Tyler Shoup is another guy that's out there in the world of professional wrestling that's working his butt off. Wayne Moxie is working his butt off to be better every single day.
And Rabbit.
No, Rabbit Rogue, for sure. Rabbit has probably been the most entertaining and the most growth of an independent wrestler that I've seen in the last 2 years. I mean, the most. And I'm not saying that to trash on anybody else who's inside the business. There's a lot of people. David Arquette has made leaps and bounds in the last 3 years. From where he was, you got to remember whenever he walked into WCW as an actor, and most people think that that's what killed WCW, but I think the wheels were already in motion during the Bischoff years to kill it, and during none other than the loudmouth from New York. Yeah, no offense, buddy. I apologize to you, but during your years as well. So Russo's years, it's just, there was already things set in motion that were killing WCW and lots of large contracts that were killing WCW. And Turner was hemorrhaging money during that time. I mean, a lot of money, like $50-60 million in the negative. And he didn't care. He just wanted to keep up with WWE. So, there's a lot of people that were working during that period of time that were great wrestlers that didn't get that push. But David Arquette really got crapped on for years over that. And they told him that he was the reason that he killed WCW. But I don't think that at all. And matter of fact, David Arquette did his comeback, his major comeback. He had a movie that was made about his major comeback. You Can't Kill David Arquette. Went through and worked himself with Diamond Dallas Page, worked himself in the luchador scene, worked himself in Mexico, worked himself in the deathmatch scene with Conan, worked himself up, and then started getting contracts in America and started working those independent shows to show that he was real and that he was true and that he wanted it. And he just made leaps and bounds within the last 3 to 5 years. I mean, 3 years for sure, because he was way down here too. And within the last 3 years, I mean, boom, 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 boom. I mean, it's just through the roof. He's just gone through the roof. So David Arquette's one of those guys that you got to look at. And look, I'm not a huge gimmick wrestling fan, but the man just brings back something special each and every time. And then, of course, he does deathmatch wrestling. We should have a couple matches that have gone viral, especially the one where he got stuck in the neck, where He could have died. I mean, literally could have died from that. But there's been a lot of things here, baby, that have popped up there. I think it's going to be interesting to see, though, what happens in the days to come with him, the days to come with Kid. And there's a lot more that's going to be out there. There's contracts that are still out there and available, including Nick Aldis. I don't know what Nick Aldis's future holds, but I do know that he may be scheduled for in-ring return soon. So WWE's Nick Aldis comments on potential for in-ring return. And there's a lot of things that happen here, but he is definitely trying to make sure that he's getting back into the sport. And it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to be happening with him in the future. It says, WWE SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis is 39, has not discussed a potential in-ring return, though he would love to wrestle again. He accepted the GM role in October of 23, realizing it might mean the end of his in-ring career, which is true. It might mean the end of your in-ring career, just like Adam Pearce, Scrap Daddy. Might mean the end of that, but every dog has got one last fight in them. Everyone. And Nick Aldis is a former world heavyweight champion in multiple promotions. So he's not nothing to sneeze at. He held the NWA title. He's held the TNA title, Global Force title, the Ring of Honor title. He's been all over. He's held it for a lot of people. And he's definitely working his way in WWE the way that he wanted to. He progressed in his career and got to a certain spot. But I don't say never count an old dog out, because they want to fight still sometimes. Right?
Yep.
So Tony Khan is looking for some former WWE ID talent to come to AEW. What's been expected for weeks has finally confirmed by All Elite Wrestling CEO Tony Khan on Saturday night. Following her AEW Collision match on January 17th, Khan announced that the former WWE ID talent, Zeta Steel, has officially signed with AEW. She put up a great fight in her AEW debut match on AEW Collision. Tonight is a direct quote, and now it's official. Zeta Steel is all elite, Khan wrote on X alongside Steel's All Elite graphic, which is shown here. Congratulations to Zeta Steel. I hope that it's one of many, many years to come and that you have a great time and a great career in AEW. We were talking about jumping ship earlier. I think that you made the right move at the right time to move to the right company, but there's going to be no love lost in your future. So with WWE, there's going to be no love lost, little lady. We're going to move to the large cam now. All right. Hey, honey buddy.
Hello.
So that about covers just about everything that I've got for today. We're on about 28 minutes and 32 seconds, except for Buzzsprout. You guys can follow us on Buzzsprout.com or iHeartRadio at Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver is how you want to find that. That's Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb, the number 3aver is how you find us on that. Or you can go to our socials, which are right down here at twitch.tv/Arabbidb3aver, Nerdy Gaming with Arabbidb132, and Joseph D. Hughes. On Facebook is how you can find us, Joseph Hughes 601 on Instagram, or Arabbidb3aver on Rumble. Excuse me for just a second. Arabbidb3aver on Rumble, as is spelled right below, Arabbid, the number 3aver, streamlabs.com/Arabbidb3aver/home. And you can donate to us there as well. Or you can go to our merch store. We have www.streamlabs.com/Arabbidb3aver/merch for all of your merchandise needs. We can get you guys taken care of on that as well. So, but that's about all I've got for today, baby. I think that we have made a difference here tonight, just rambling on for a little bit. And I hope each and every one of you guys enjoy the beautifulness that is right in front of you with old Princess Lady K. And remember, where are we going to be on the 31st, baby?
Gastonia, North Carolina.
For Snoo, See No Evil Wrestling, and also Gemstone Championship Wrestling. Come on out and say hi. Let's have a lot of fun. We're going to be there all night. So you guys come on out to the booth, say hi to us. We're going to have a little bit of merchandise available to sell as well if you guys are interested in that. I got some baseball t-shirts made up that I'm going to be taking with me. I've only got a couple of each size that's coming with me, though, because I'm low on stock right now. I've also got some holograms of our logo, which is in the top right-hand corner up there, the Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver with my glasses on. I've got some of those. I've got holographs in those and regular stickers that's going to be coming with us as well. So I hope to see you guys there. Hope to see you at the table. Hope to talk to each and every one of you guys out there. I would love to get to know each and every one of you. Love to be there for you. And hopefully in the future, we can work with you guys. If you guys are out there and you're a promotion and you're wanting a podcast to come and talk and do some commentary or do anything over, we would love to come out there and be there for you. All you got to do is contact us through Facebook at Joseph D. Hughes. Send us a message. And we would love to be there to get to know you guys and talk to you and do things for you. If you want us to advertise for you, we would love to do that as well. We have got a special going on right now. It's going to be $100 for 4 months. That's $25 a month. You will get 2 advertisements during a show. If you guys are interested in that, hit me up on Facebook, Joseph D. Hughes. We would love to talk to you guys about advertising for you and being there for you in the future. Just hit me up and we'll definitely get that going for you guys at that time. Well, baby, I think that sort of closes us out for tonight. Do you have anything you want to say to anybody out there?
Stay warm.
Absolutely. As the winter weather is coming in, guys, don't forget to bundle up. Don't forget to
bring your pets in.
Yes, bring your pets inside. Bundle up. Turn your heat on. Let your water drip. It's very important to let your water drip throughout your house. All the faucets in your house need to have water dripping so that you don't freeze your pipes up. And guys, don't forget to have an external heat source just in case you lose power, and keep it away from your walls and keep it away from your animals and anything that's loose on the ground. Put it in the center of the room and let it heat. So if you got a kerosene heater or a gas heater, definitely put it in the center of the room and keep it away from all that stuff. If you do not keep it on carpet, do not put it on carpet
or on top of the bed or a headboard.
Yes, don't let it set anything on fire. But keep yourself safe, drink lots of water, and make sure you're eating good meals. And I think we're good. Mm-hmm. You right?
Yep.
All right, baby. I think that that's going to be it for tonight for Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. And guys, at a later date, we are going to get Miss Kennedy Ryan back with us. She's working right now. She was kind enough to send me a message telling me that she was going to get called in. So we're working on getting a date locked down with her for the future. We will have her back on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. That is a promise that I make to you guys. But she will be here. She will be here in the future. So please come on out and stay with us. And next week, I believe we got the American Diesel Dump Truck going to be coming with us. He's going to be here the 27th. The 27th, I think, is Tuesday. Let me double check. I believe that's the right date. My calendar is not popping up. Yes, it is. So it's going to be Tuesday, the 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The American Diesel Dump Truck will be here for all of it. And then the following week, we're going to have Hunter Wolf is going to be coming on. That's going to be Tuesday, February 3rd. Tuesday, February 10th, we're going to have Roosevelt Connors. And then March the 3rd, we're going to have the Born Legacy, the Dragon himself, the once-in-a-lifetime generational talent, none other than Chase himself, the man, Coleman. Chase Coleman will be here. So we're going to be having a big month. Of course, River City Media as well is going to be having Josh Turner going to be coming on this coming week. I know Walker 13 is scheduled to come back. I don't know exactly when he's going to be back, but Walker 13 will be back on the show for River City Media pretty soon. We've reached out to Tommy Henry. We haven't gotten any response from Mr. Tommy just yet. We asked him about February the 5th. He has not responded to us. So we're just kind of in limbo right now. But River City Media is going to have some big things coming to you soon. So stay tuned for that when it happens from us here at River City Media and also Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. We would love to be in your homes each and every week. Please come out and join us. It would be our pleasure to be with you guys.
Come say hi.
Come say hi. Absolutely.
Or be the random cook at Hardee's that will say hi to us.
Yeah, so she had some fans say hi to her and asked where I was at this past week when she went to Hardee's. So
I said, I kept him home.
So it's pretty interesting, you know, whenever you start getting known. And we love our fans. We would love to chat with you. If you catch us at I don't ever mean to be a butthole. If you ever catch me in a bad mood, I will stop. I want to talk to you guys. I want to be able to converse with you guys and see what you think. Anytime, we're very approachable. Just come on out and say hi to us. We'd love to talk to you guys. Right?
Yes.
All right. I think that's going to do it for tonight. Princess Lady K, thank you for being here as always.
Always.
Is there anything you want to say to anybody?
Bye.
Bye, guys. And remember, you guys heard it right here first.